Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to my channel. I don't know what the title of this video is going to be because well, I just have one palette to show you guys, to actually show you and swatch and talk to you guys about. But I did buy the volume 1 and the volume 2. Well, this is Norvina's volume 3. So I did buy the volume 1 and volume 2, and I decided that they're just not worth my money. So I just want to share my thought as to why I returned those two as well, in addition to swatching and telling you why I kept this. So it's going to be why volume 3 and why not volume 1 and volume 2. So but yeah, let's first talk about this, and maybe towards the end I'll tell you guys why I returned the volume 1 and volume 2. So this retails for $60 and I bought it during the VIB Rouge sale. Oh god, I still haven't showed you guys what I bought during the sale, and also from some indie brands that I bought before. And unfortunately today I am not wearing the eyeshadows from this palette. I'm sorry, I just did not have a lot of time to get ready. I'm not wearing any of the shadows from this palette on my eyes today. I'm just wearing something very unusual to me. I'm wearing like a taupe smoky eye. Wow, my eyes are so smoky. It's very, very smoky. Taupe, like a dark purpley taupe eyeshadow, and on the lids I have a very beautiful eyeshadow from Touch and Soul. I did review this, I think 5 shades I have from Touch and Soul's a METALLIST sparkling foil pigment. So I did review this, and this is in the shade, oh, what is this called? Something Aurora. Oh, Aurora Taupe. So I have taupe smoky eye, and then on the lids I have this beautiful gunmetal, like a silvery gunmetal sparkling shade. And yeah, and on my cheeks it's incredibly glowy. I have something from Flower Beauty that we need to talk about very, very soon. A little package is on the way, like another shade of this is on the way. Hopefully it gets to me safe and sound, not broken. So yeah, that's just my breakdown of my look. And on the lips I have from Artist Couture, it is uncensored. So those are the things that I have on my face today. And yeah, this is a beautiful, I mean such a beautiful look. I love the artwork, butterflies flying everywhere, so it's stunning. So $60, and it is made in China. That is expensive, guys, for a product made in China. $60. Yes, you do get a lot of shadows. I'm not going to get into all the weight and blah blah blah. I'm just going to tell you, swatch and tell you guys why this and why not that, okay? Because at this point everybody has reviewed these products, and it's just a matter of what you like and what you don't. And believe me, this was one of the hardest decisions I had to make when it comes to picking makeup, because I love colors, if you haven't noticed, and all 3 palettes were just saturated with colors, just beautiful, beautiful colors. So I had to really, and all 3 are expensive, so I had to really make my decision. So these are, so this is called as a coral palette, and the packaging matches that, if you haven't noticed. So it's, and when I saw this, this was the palette that I was least interested in, to be honest, but this is the one I ended up keeping, because this is a total surprise. This is called as the coral palette, and when I saw the pictures I was like, where are the corals? All I see is like 3 oranges, one here, and one here. So that is actually a coral. Yeah, this one is a coral, but I was like, where are all the other color? I was expecting to be like a hot pinkish coral, which is actually missing here, which I think should have been included, but it's missing. But pinky coral or something like reddish coral, where all I see is just oranges. So anyways, but once I put all the mattes on my eyes, I mean, I really liked it. But let's get into the swatches. A1 is, okay, let's swatch row by row. So A1, and I will tell you guys how they perform, because I bought this during The like I said, the VIB Rouge sale and the other two palettes I bought from Ulta when they're doing that crazy 10 times points, I went a little crazy, yeah. So yeah, let's just swatch it. So this is that bright green that looks pretty much yellow. So this bright green is kind of pointless on my skin tone, and it takes a while to build. And I feel on my I don't know whether it's just my eyelids or the skin on my eyelid, it always turns up patchy. So I do not like that color. This greeny looking beautiful color, something just fell off. This greeny looking beautiful color is a total fail for me, guys. Oh my, I've been scratching the side of my nose because it is so itchy. Okay, A2 is a beautiful orange color, which is actually really pretty. It builds up beautifully. It actually, there's no need to even build it up because it is really intense. I'm just looking for my, yeah, I found my wipe. So yeah, very pretty. And then A3 is actually, look at that. It looked like some kind of a, oh my god, I'm sorry guys. It looked like some kind, this looks so uninteresting. Tell me if this looks anything like coral. But look at that. Look at that coral tone to it. I'm telling you, most of the shades that look kind of browny, sandy, they actually look so coral on dark skin. I don't know how they would look on lighter medium skin tone. But on dark skin, they look so coral. So I was so impressed by the shade, and it blends beautifully. Again, there's no need to build up. The pigmentation is superb. And then A4 is like a lime green with some sparkles in it. Again, it's not as bad as this shade. This very kind of like yellow with just like a tone of green. A1, let's just call it A1. That's the first shade, top left corner, first shade. So this is better, not as bad as this, but this needs building up too. Colors like this need building up on my skin tone. And A5 on my this is the top row. So this again looks very orange, right? On the eyes, these two are going to look the same. Yes, there are some differences, but not oh god, again it's itchy, not significant enough to look into it, swatch it and stuff like that. They are just, we have two vibrant, beautiful orange shades in the same palette. That's pretty much it. So that is the first row. That's the A row. Let's get into the B row. So the B row is, okay, that is B1, which is like a seafoam kind of green. Not my favorite tone of green, but it is there. And the pigmentation is, it's not, it's kind of, it's your basic shimmer eyeshadow, to be honest. Nothing different, nothing out of this world. It's just your basic shimmer eyeshadow. And if you use like a sticky base, it really go. Actually, usually my skin is, my arms are not moisturized, but today it is. But it's not very sticky at all. But you know, I'm just saying. And then B2 is kind of like a, it's a kind of a weak color, to be honest. And yeah, look at that. It looks so pretty and vibrant in the palette, but it is so weak. Look at that. It's so deep, right? But it's kind of like a medium color. It's not even like a medium dark. I don't know. It's like a weak color. I don't like it, to be honest. It has to be either light, like something like this, or like a really rich color, something in between. Kind of looks muddy. To be, yes, this shade, kind of in between shade, looks kind of muddy on me, and I don't like it. I mean, it's just a matter of preference, so I'm just saying. Then B3 is kind of, maybe this is the kind of like pinkish coral that that she thinks that it's called. When I say she, I meant Norvina. So it just looks red, like a pinky red. So yeah, it's just like a red color on the eyes. This is how it looks, and it's not very deep. It's not very like a blood red kind of a color. It looks kind of mild. It's like a pinky color. So yeah, this is again a favorite color, you guys. It's a beautiful color. It's pretty dark, it looks so true to color. It doesn't look very dark, or it doesn't like turn black. What black? Well, what am I saying? Blackened, like a black purple kind of a color. It just looks so true to color. I like this so much. It looks very, very pretty. And then finally, in the B row, we have another kind of browny kind of a color, but looks coral on the skin. Look at that. They all have, all of these light brown looking colors, they all have kind of this coral tone, and they do not look none of the shades look ashy on me. I'm so happy about that. Of course, they are not like neutral colors, not white, so they're all like colorful shades. So yeah, so that is that second. This is the B row. Let's just finish the C row on this arm, and then yeah. Then this is C1. C1 is actually a gold color. As you can see, it's not very dense. The formula is not dense. You can this is a finger swatch, and you can see my skin kind of peeking through. So yeah, it's kind of like a thinner formula, just your regular. I would give the shimmer formula a B, to be honest. It's not even an A. I would give all of the shimmer formulas in the palette a B. So that is that gold color. And then we have like a slight orangey red color. Let's compare. This looks very, very orange, these two, and this is like a reddish orange, as you can see. And this almost, it's a slightly vibrant than the pinky or red shade, but as you can see, there's a slight difference, but not major enough to use them adjacent to each other on your eye. They're just going to look like a red shadow if you put this shade and this shade together. Let me show it to you. The palette, if you put this shade and this shade together, they're just going to look the same. But if you use these two shades, they are going to look different. Where are we? C2, yeah. And then C3 again is a terracotta shade. Look at that. Tell me if you don't see a hint of coral there. I was so surprised. This is one of the reasons I kept the palette, guys. All of these boring looking shades. This is the shade actually. This is the shade. Look at how boring that looks, but has that hint of coral, and it comes through when you apply it in your eyes. It does look like a tone of coral really comes. This look, well, now it doesn't look too coral. It looks more like a camel color, but you know, it has that orangey tone to it, and this one too, and this one too. Look at that. This is one of the reasons I kept it. This is like the darkest color actually in this palette. This is like a dark what do you call it, like an oxblood, like an oxblood, or not as dark as an oxblood, but it builds beautifully. You can pack it on to give a really a dark dramatic, you know, just right there. Right there. It's a very pretty shade. I like that. The greens, I don't know, the tone of green metallic are just kind of weak. Look at that. I feel she could have given us like a rich emerald color. This is like a sea foam, and look at that. It's again not like it doesn't pack a punch. It's kind of weak. So those are three. So here this is A, and this is B, and this is C. So those are the rows. Let's do D here. Let's get rid of my watch. It's too big and it's in the way. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry about that sound. Okay, let's do D. Again, D, the D row starts with again like kind of like a boring brown looking shade, which this one, which actually looks so. Look at that, it has a hint of coral. It has like, oh, sorry about that mini earthquake. It has a hint of orange to it. That's what I'm talking about. This palette has so many unique shades, especially for dark skin. I've never seen colors like this. It's so hard to collect singles like this. I don't know. Then again, you have a gold shade. You have 3 tones of gold shades, which all of them look the same on my skin tone. So the metallics, look at that. Look at that. It's just... It's such a waste, guys. Again, a gold shade which looks exactly the same. And then D is D3 is kind of like an apple green, which actually is pretty good. It builds up well. It it blends well. I didn't really have any problems with it, so that's a good green. That's a pretty green color. And D4 is actually a metallic, like a satin color, which is like a, it's a good strong orange color, but it's not foiled or anything like that. So yeah, should I come closer? Yes. And then we are finishing the D row with another gold color, which looks exactly the same as the other two. Look at that. Look at all the gold colors. What is the point? Yeah. So that is the D row, which I really like. And E1, now this is the tone of green that I'm talking about. It's a fantastic green. Oh wait, sorry about that, but it's a really good green. Doesn't swatch that well, but on the eyes, beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that rich, beautiful green. Stunning, guys. E1, again, it blends beautifully. It applies well. E2 has, again, a very deep kind of a red. Very pretty. There is a red here. This kind of, I think this is much darker than this. Look at that. Much darker than that. And then E3 is actually looks so vibrant in the palette. Let me show it to you. E3, this looks so vibrant right in the palette, but it's actually a pretty soft coral, and this is like a true coral color. It's like a true coral color, and it's actually pretty soft. It's not like in your face kind of a coral shade. And then we have E4, which is a yellow, which again is like, why are you here? Why are you doing this palette? You are a waste of space. So that is, again, you need tons and tons of building up to do, and yeah, that is that. Then finally we have a shade. This is the E row, which is beautiful color selection, but not a great formula. Let me come closer. Should I come closer? Far? Yeah, farther is good. Beautiful color selection, but I don't know. But yeah, so those are the colors, guys. So here are my thoughts on this palette, Norvina Volume 3. This palette should have been an all mattes palette, to be honest, and just one, I don't know, one gold, one kind of a green. I don't know, both the greens are just not, they don't make an impression. What is this? What is this? I mean, and she could have thrown in like a really metallic gold, and this could have been like a really beautiful, intense, like orange shade. There are so many tones of orange, like a molten orange, like a reddish orange. I don't know, guys. There could have been so many different beautiful metallic shades that could be done, but not. The reason I like this palette the most is because it has dark greens and then medium tone green and then also some light greens. So you can do a green look, you can do a coral look, and you can also make it a reddish look and also like orange look. I mean, it has a variety, and the reason I was most impressed with was that all of these boring brown looking shades actually look, all of them have a tone of coral. When I first look at the palette and the promo pics, I was like, I wasn't sold. I personally thought that it was a ripoff. She just made the packaging coral and she's calling it coral. That's what went through my mind. But all of the boring looking brown, medium tone brown shades, they all have a hint of coral or orange on dark skin, and they do show up like that on the eyes, and I'm impressed. You don't need building up. The mattes are actually pretty good. Don't need building up. Look at that one, this one, and then this. Look at, and this and this. So I really like the fact that most of the colors have a tone of coral or a hint of orange. So I do feel it is fair that she called this palette a coral tone palette, and I think it's kind of unique. So that's why I kept it. Let's look at, have I talked about everything? The metallics, I feel if you want really beautiful smooth look, you need a sticky base or wet your brush. I don't know if these shadows can be used wet or not. I don't think so. But anyways, use a sticky base. Just use a NYX glitter glue or Fix Plus or whatever, and just pick it up. And they are smooth, but I gotta say the color selection on the metallics are just a flop for me. She could have done, I mean, she put so much effort on her mattes. She could have done something really unique with the metallics, which she did not. And that's it. What else? Metallics, we've got mattes, textures. The mattes feel really good. They blend beautifully. They stay on. And yeah, what else? That's it. Okay, let's talk about why not volume 1 and why not volume 2. Let's talk about volume 1 first. Okay, all of these opinions are mine and personal because I'm the one spending the money and buying that for my collection. So definitely, if you kind of connect with me on the logical sense of my reasoning, then I think you will agree. Otherwise, just go in or buy the product and test it and decide it for yourself, to be honest. That's the only way. That's like a foolproof way to decide if you like a product or not just listening to others' opinions. Anyways, volume 1, I gotta say, I opened it and the first thought was, this is such a waste of a palette, of a purple palette. I feel that Norvina kind of hypes things up for purple because it's a favorite color, and you know, the promo pics and her as a model. But inside of it was just one tone of purple, just that reddish purple. And I feel there was just one, I think, bluish purple. When it comes to bluish purple, there is like so many tones. And not a lot of different kind of bluish purples have been explored. Sugar Pill has beautiful bluish purples. What else? I think Inglot also has a variety of, like, Inglot has so many different colors. And what else? Color Drain has their what was the collection called? Last summer they came out with that rainbow collection. They have 3 or 4 tones of bluish purple, and also they also have like a hot pink. So I feel when it comes to bluish purple, there are so many different colors that, and a lot of bluish purples are missing. You know, she could have done incorporated pinkish purples and bluish purples, but to me, in my eyes, that volume 1 was just reddish purples and pinky purples and lots of just pinks. I don't know, I was just not buying it. And I think there was like a red and a yellow and some browns. The bottom row, I did not feel that the colors were not cohesive. That was not my problem at all, because I have been wearing makeup and I love to play with colors, so I can kind of mix and match colors. So I didn't feel that, oh, the colors are scattered here and there, I don't know what to do with it. That was not my problem. My problem was the color selection. It was a big palette. It was like a motherload kind of a palette, like a mothership palette, and it was just one tone. I felt it was a complete waste of money for me to add that palette to my collection. I would just end up doing one kind of an eyeshadow look if I use the first 3 rows or first 2 rows of the palette. And just, yeah, so for me it was a big no. In fact, I rarely return a product without applying it on my eyes or playing with the palette. I opened it and I swatched few of the, in fact I swatched the purple shades, and I was just so disappointed. And so I was just, no, I don't even want to use these eyeshadows on my eyes, and I just returned it. So that's why a big no for me. It was a big no for the Norvina Volume 1 palette. As for the Norvina 2 palette, it had some beautiful shades. I'm not going to lie, it had some beautiful shades, but the color combination, if you look at it, was just greens and blues. So at the end of the day, you're just going to create a full green shade, a look, or a full blue look. For me, this was the reasoning for me, to be honest. A full blue look, or a full green look, or a greenish blue look, or a blue to green look. That's pretty much it. Well, as an artist, or like, it may come in handy for you, but not a lot of variety, guys. It did have like a pink there. I feel they could have incorporated different kinds of pink, or even she could have thrown in a coral in there, like a light coral or something like that. But it just had lots of greens, lots of blues, not a lot of teals. There was a really dark teal, and a pink, but not much. And again, the metallics in the Norvina 2 Volume 2 palette were kind of like light medium shades, like this, or I don't know, like this. I don't know, I really feel she could have done so many different varieties of green, and I think she kind of missed it. Again, maybe I think she should have done a smaller palette, and I would have bought it. To be honest, I would have bought it. A smaller palette, I would have definitely bought it and kept it. But yeah, so if you really are into blues and that's just your life, blues and greens, I think that palette is really good. You have so many varieties of blues and greens. And in fact, guess what? There is a shade very, very similar to this. In fact, it's the same. I think this shade is the same in the palette. And I think this shade is also in the palette. And oh, this E1 shade, which I was raving to you guys about, there is a color just like that, but it's much richer and way more prettier than this. I was like just drooling over this shade. I think that the swatch is here. I was just drooling over this shade when I just swatched it. There is a much richer and more vibrant green in the volume 2 palette, which I absolutely loved. But you know what, that's fine. I'm not just going to keep a palette for just one shade. So there is a shade like this in the palette. There is a shade like this in the volume 2. There is a shade like this. Obviously it's like a blue green. So, but I'm just saying there are colors like this. The greens here are also in the volume 2. One of the reasons I returned the volume 2, to be honest. And this shade, this kind of metallic, like a weak kind of the formula is not exactly weak, but it's just the color just doesn't pop on my skin tone. So this shade is actually there in the, not the exact shade, maybe there's like a slight variation, but on the skin it's going to be the same. So yeah, definitely most of the greens that you see here are available in the volume 2 palette. So that's another reason I returned it, because it, like I said, it's just going to be a green blue look with a palette. Yes, there is like a pink in there and some, I think there's a gold also, maybe, I don't remember. But yeah, that's the reason I returned the volume 1 and 2. Just to give you a gist, volume 3, I do not have colors like these. Even the neutral colors and lighter colors with a tone of orange and a tone of coral, I don't have colors like this. And this one as like I have greens in here too. I have greens in here. The only thing missing here is blue, to be honest. She could have just popped in a blue in here, but there is no blue. But I have tons of red. I have red options. I have orange, true orange options. I have red options. I have lots of red options. This is a stunning purple color. I have, oh wait, there is a purple option here and here. So there is a purple option and there are green options. I truly think this is really, really good. I feel this is a good addition to my collection. And yeah, I think that's it, you guys. That is just my overall thoughts. For the volume 1, it was just one tone of purple. I don't mind purples, owning a purple palette, but I want just a variety, a spectrum of different kind of purples, where if I mix all the purples, they need to be a different, it's like a purple look, obviously, but you know, I want different tones of purple, not the same reddish purples. That palette, to be honest, it was just such a waste. She could have done so much better with the color selection. And for the volume 2 palette, beautiful colors, vibrant blues and vibrant beautiful greens, but I have all the greens here I want, and just a few other blues. And even again, the blues, I did not see like any lighter blues. Or even with the blue, she could have done like a purple blue. There was just one purple blue, but I don't know, guys. It was just not, I was just not buying it. So anyways, that's it. Hope my thoughts, hope my logic kind of made sense to you too and help you make a decision. You probably bought palettes if you wanted to during the Black Friday sale or whatever going on. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here and share my thoughts and opinions, because let me tell you why I did not come on here and do a video before. Because it truly took me so long to decide which one was truly good and which the other two were not worth my time. To be honest, that's how long it took. And I think it might take you also that long to truly make a decision if you like colors. If you like colors, that is. Otherwise, I think it's just it's easy to make a decision which one you like and which one you don't. It's just I like colors. I like all colors. That's why it took me this long to make a decision. But yeah, I'm sticking with volume 3. I don't know. Okay. I do like volume 2, but maybe not. No, I'm just going to stick with volume 3. Anyways, guys, that is it for this video. Hope this video you guys found it a little bit useful to make a decision of your own. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye.